Good morning to all. Today we are going to do few more theorems in ideals. So now we are going to start theorem number 7 in this ideals. Right? This theorem number 7 also very important theorem. These type theorems already we had done in previous cases, especially in group theory. Yes, the theorem is prove that the intersection of two ideals, prove that the intersection of two ideals of a ring is again ideal. This is your new statement, no? Yes, once again I am repeating the statement, no? Prove that the intersection of two ideals of a ring is again ideal. That means what, ma? Let us take a ring, ma. For that ring, define two ideals I1 and I2. Instead of u and u, I am taking I here, ma, for variety purpose, right? If these two are individually ideals of a ring R, then we have to show that their intersection I1 intersection I2 is again ideal, ma. That condition we have to show here, right? For that, first of all, I want to take I1 and I2 are two ideals of a ring R, right? Let I1 and I2 are two ideals of a ring R. But once look here, ma, whenever I1 is ideal of ring R, zero element of ring R should be in I1. That means 0 should belongs to I1, ma. In the similar way, whenever I2 is ideal of ring R, ma, 0 should be element of I2 because 0 belongs to R. That 0 should be in I2 also, ideal also. I mean, according to above condition, we say 0 belongs to I1 and 0 belongs to I2, ma. That means we say that 0 must be element of I1 intersection I2, ma. 0 belongs to I1 and 0 belongs to I2 means what, ma? It should be in common portion or not, ma. From this we say I1 intersection I2 is always non-empty set. At least 0 element of ring R should be element of I1 intersection I2. Up to here we proved that, ma. Basically, to prove I1 intersection I2 is an ideal of ring R, ma, first of all we have to show it is non-empty subset of R. For that we proved non-empty set here, ma. But here I1 and I2 are ideals of ring R means what, ma? I1 is subset of R and I2 is subset of R, ma. Whenever I1 and I2 are individually subset of ring R, ma, subsets of ring R, ma, their intersection portion is again subset of R or not, ma? I mean, up to here what we did, ma? I1 intersection I2, this set is what, ma? Non-empty subset of R, ma. Now this non-empty subset portion we have to show it is ideal of R, ma. For that, it is sufficient to show that for all A comma B belongings to I1 intersection I2 implies A minus B belongings to I1 intersection I2. This is first condition, ma. For all A comma B belongs to I1 intersection I2 implies we must show that A minus B belongs to I1 intersection I2, and also for all small r belongings to capital R and some A belongings to I1 intersection I2 implies we must show that RA belongings to I1 intersection I2 and AR belongings to I1 intersection I2. From this area, we say I1 intersection I2 is what, ma? Ideal of ring R by the definition of ideal, ma. If we can go for this first area, ma, in this first area, this is given condition for you internally. Take this condition and prove A minus B belongs to I1 intersection I2. Now I want to take this condition, ma. I mean, for all A comma B belongings to I1 intersection I2 implies, is it this is possible or not? Once look, ma. A belongings to I1, B belongings to I1 and A belongs to I2 as well as B belongs to I2. Any problem is there? Whenever A belongs to I1 intersection I2, ma, A belongs to I1 and A belongs to I2, ma. In the similar way, B belongs to I1 intersection I2 means what, ma? B belongs to I1 as well as B belongs to I2, ma. But for my convenience, I proceed like this, ma. I mean, Whenever A and B are elements of A1 intersection A2, this is always possible. But already we know that I1 is individually what ma? Ideal of ring R naught. Whenever A belongs to I1, B belongs to I1, and I1 is ideal of ring R, is it A minus B belongs to I1 or not? In the similar way, A belongs to I2, B belongs to I2, and I2 is ideal of R ma. By the definition of ideal, what do you say? A minus B belongs to I2. That condition I am writing here ma. I mean, this implies A minus B belongs to I1 and A minus B belongs to I2. Reason is what ma? Since I1 and I2 are ideals of R or ideals of ring R ma. Any problem here? Just we proceed ideal definition ma. Here this belongs to I1 and that same thing belongs to I2, means it is in I1 intersection I2 or not. I mean, from above line we say that A minus B belongs to I1 intersection I2. That's all. For all A comma B belongs to I1 intersection I2, we proved A minus B belongs to I1 intersection I2. That completes this first condition in your ideal definition. The next condition is what ma? We have to show this. For that, internally take this condition and prove these two things ma. Right? First I want to take this condition ma. First idi తీసుకుంటున్నాను ma. I mean, for all small r belongs to capital R and A belongs to I1 intersection I2 implies small r belongs to capital R, comma A belongs to I1 and small r belongs to capital R, A belongs to I2. Any problem is there? Just I separated. For all R belongs to R, A belongs to I1 intersection I2 means A belongs to I1 and A belongs to I2. This R belongs to R I taken in two different situations separately. Right? R లో ఉందంటే ఈ సిచ్యువేషన్ లో ఉంటుంది, ఈ సిచ్యువేషన్ లో ఉంటుంది. దట్ స్మాల్ r belongs to capital R. I take it separately. Any problem with this? Just this one only we written in this manner ma. There is no difference between these two things ma. Right? But already we know I1 is individual what ma? Ideal of R ma. Whenever I1 is ideal of R, if small r belongs to capital R, A belongs to I1, RA belongs to I1 and AR belongs to I1 ma. In the similar way, I2 is an ideal of R belongs to R and A belongs to I2 means what ma? RA belongs to I2 and AR belongs to I2 ma. By the definition of ideal, second condition of ideal ma. Just I am writing that ma. This implies what we get ma here? RA belongs to I1, comma AR belongs to I1 and next one is what ma? RA belongs to here ma? I2 and AR belongs to I2. Reason is clear for you. Since I1 and I2 are two ideals of ring R. Any doubt here ma? Just here we proceed ideal definition ma, right? But here RA belongs to I1, RA belongs to I2. So that this RA belongs to I1 intersection I2 or not, that I am writing ma. This implies RA belongs to I1 intersection I2. In the similar way, AR belongs to I1 and we got AR belongs to I2 also. From this what do you say ma? AR belongs to I1 intersection I2 ma. That's all ma. For all R belongs to R, A belongs to I1 intersection I2. We proved RA belongs to I1 intersection I2, AR belongs to I1 intersection I2 ma. With this what we say ma? I1 intersection I2 is an ideal of R. Yes. From this what do you say ma? The intersection of two ideals of a ring R is again ideal. If you want you can write final conclusion. Hence, the intersection of two ideals of a ring R is again ideal of R. Yes, this completes your theorem, theorem number 7 ma. Any problem with this? Yes ma, here proved the intersection of two ideals is again ideal. But what about union of two ideals ma? Is ideal or not? Whenever you can take some I1 and I2 are two ideals of a ring R ma, is it I1 union I2 is again ideal or not ma, for that same ring? Here converse need not be true ma. Best example is, let us take 2z is one ideal ma, 3z is other ideals. These two are ideals of ring of integers ma, integer set ma. Now let us form union of those two things ma, 2z union 3z ma. You know what is 2z? 2z means multiples of 2, 3z means what ma? Multiples of 3 ma. Then what is 2z union 3z ma? Something like this ma. 2z means what ma? Minus 4, minus 2, 0, 2, 4 and so on. 3z means what ma? Here minus 6, minus 3, 0, 3, 6 and so on. Just take union of these two sets ma. ఈ రెండు సెట్స్ యూనియన్ తీసుకుంటే వచ్చేదే ఇదమ్మా మనకి, రైట్? ఇక నా వన్స్ లుక్ మా దిస్ యూనియన్ పోర్షన్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఈ సెట్ రాసినప్పుడు మనకి ఏమవుతుందమ్మా, ఈ యూనియన్ పోర్షన్లో మీకు ఇంకా క్లారిటీగా రాస్తానండి, సెపరేట్గా రాస్తాను బెటర్. వాట్ ఈస్ 2z సెట్ మా? మీకు క్లారిటీ ఉంటుందమ్మా. 2z సెట్ ఈజ్ వాట్ మా? సంథింగ్ లైక్ minus 6, minus 4, minus 2, 0, 2, 4, 6 and so on. And what is 3z ma? Multiples of 3 ma. Minus 6, minus 3, 0, 3, 6, 9 and so on. Now let us form union of these two sets ma. 2z union 3z ma. Yes, what is that set ma? ఈ రెండో యూనియన్ తీసుకుందామండి. minus 6 నుండి స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. minus 6, minus 3, right? Next minus 2, sorry, in the order ma, minus 6, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 and so on. This is your 2z union 3z set ma, right? Now here individually 2z and 3z are ideals of ring of integers. At the time of definition already I proceed ma. For this z ma, these two are ideals ma. But what about this ma? 2z union 3z. This set is ideal or not ma? This is not ideal ma due to so many reasons. Here in the material ma, in the notes I given closure property fails ma. What is that closure property? Let us take one element a in this set ma. I am going to take a is equal to something like I want to take a is equal to 2 ma, and b is equal, here 3 also possible, I have not written 3 ma, here 2, 3, 4 and so on ma, right? A equal to 2 I am taking, b equal to 3 ma. These two are elements of what ma? 2z union 3z ma, in this elements ma, right? Now let us go for a plus b here. Closure property under addition, a plus b means 2 plus 3 is what ma? 5. Is it 5 belongs to this set? No, 5 is not here ma. 5 does not belongs to this set ma. 2z union 3z ma. Closure property fails means it never be ideal ma. Closure property fails means what ma? Under addition, closure fails means under addition subgroup condition fails ma. That means in the ideal definition first condition fails here ma. From that what do you say ma? It is not ideal ma, 2z union 3z. Otherwise in some other way you can proceed like this ma. A is 2, b is 3 ma. They both are elements of 2z union 3z ma. A minus b wants to find ma. What is that a minus b? Minus 1. Is it minus 1 is in this set? No. After minus 2 immediately we are coming to 0, then 2, 3 and so on ma. But minus 1 is not there. That means minus 1 is doesn't belongs to 2z union 3z. Whenever a and b should be in your set ma, if it is ideal, a minus b also in that set according to first condition ma. A minus b is also in that set ma, but a minus b is not in this set ma. That's why it is not ideal. Any reason, this is correct reason and this is correct reason. Any reason you can proceed, both are correct ma, right? That means according to this example, what do you say ma? Union of two ideals is not ideal, but it is not compulsory. In few situations, union of two ideals is again ideal ma. యూనియన్ ఆఫ్ టూ ఐడియల్స్ కూడా ఐడియల్ అవుతామమ్మా, రైట్? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అది కూడా ఒకటి చూపిస్తానమ్మా. ఐ వాంట్ టు టేక్ వన్ ఐడియల్ మా. ring R is I am taking like this ma. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, addition modulo 6, multiplication modulo 6. For this I am going to define two ideals. One ideal is generated by 2, 0, 2, 4. This is one ideal ma. And other ideal is generated by 3, because 6 factors are what ma? Already in the definition I proceed. 1, 2, 3, 6. These are proper factors. Now generate with that proper factor. Generator means what? Write down all multiples of 2 in this. That is one ideal directly. Here another factor is what? 3. Write down all multiples of 3 here. What is that? 0, 3. These are the multiples of 3 here. These two are ideals of this ring R. Right? Now let us go for their union. I1 union I2 take. What is union of these two sets? ఈ రెండు సెట్స్కి యూనియన్ పోర్షన్ ఒకసారి ఫామ్ చేయండి. రైట్, సారీ మా ఇక్కడ ఇంకొక ఐడియల్ తీసుకుంటాను. ఐ వాంట్ టు టేక్ ఐడియల్ ఈజ్ సింగిల్టన్ జీరో మా. బెటర్ మీకు క్లారిటీగా ఆల్రెడీ ఫెయిల్యూర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చూపించాను కదా. సింగిల్టన్ జీరో ఐ టేక్ మా. I2 ఈక్వల్ టు సింగిల్టన్ జీరో మా. వాట్ ఈజ్ యూనియన్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ టూ థింగ్స్ మా? ఈజ్ ఇట్ 0, 2, 4 ఆర్ నాట్? ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ టేక్ యూనియన్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ టూ థింగ్స్, ఈజ్ ఇట్ I1 ఆర్ నాట్? దట్ మీన్స్ I1 union I2 is I1 where I1 is already what ma? Ideal. So that this union of two ideals is again ideal. But here instead of I2 singleton 0 ma, if we can take I2 is this ma, previous set 0, 3 ma, then what is I1 union I2 here ma? I1 union I2 ఏమవుతుంది మా ఇక్కడ? 0, 2, 3, 4. This is I1 union I2 ma. Now this is not ideal. Reason is let us take A is equal to 2, B is equal to 3. This implies A plus B is 5 ma, which does not belongs to this set. 5 ఇందులో ఉందా? Which doesn't belongs to I1 union I2 ma. That's why union of two ideals here not ideal, but here what ma? Union of two ideals again ideal. Okay, example రెండు explain చేస్తున్నాను. If you can take I2 like this ma, union of two ideals is again ideal. If you can take I2 like this ma, union of two ideals is not ideal. If you can combine this total area ma, what is the generalized statement here ma? Union of two ideals of a ring need not be an ideal. Sometimes ideal అవుతుంది, sometimes ideal కాదు. But intersection of two ideals is what ma? Always ideal ma. Right? This is about your theorem number 7 related area ma. But here ma, once look ma, here union of two ideals is again ideal we got na. Then what type of relation is there between I1 and I2? I1 కి I2 కి మధ్యలో ఉన్న రిలేషన్ ఏంటి? If you can define that relation ma, you can proceed that new statement ma, new theorem ma, important theorem ma. Here relation between I1 and I2 is what ma? I2 is subset of I1 or not? I2 అనేది I1 కి సబ్సెట్ పోర్షన్ కాదా? ఈ రెండు, ఇది కాదమ్మా, ఈ రెండిట్లో I2 is subset of I1 here ma. That's why their union is what ma? Again ideal. But if we can concentrate these two things ma, here I1 is not subset of I2 or I2 is not subset of I1. I1 I2 కి సబ్సెట్ కాదు because 2 is the not here ma. అలాగే I2 I1 కి కూడా సబ్సెట్ కాదు because 3 is not here ma. Whenever two ideals, one is not subset of other ma, then their union never be ideal. అందుకే ఇక్కడ ఐడియల్ కాలేదు. అర్థమైందా? ఇక్కడ ఎందుకు యూనియన్ ఆఫ్ టూ ఐడియల్స్ అగైన్ ఐడియల్ అయిందమ్మా? రీజన్ ఈస్ I2 is subset of I1. If I2 is subset of I1 or I1 is subset of I2 ma, I1 union I2 is always ideal ma. Right? If suppose I1 is not subset of I2 or I2 is not subset of I1 ma, if I1 is not subset of I2 and I2 is not subset of I1 ma, in such case their union never be ideal ma. That one only we are going to do like one of the very important theorem. It is theorem number 8 ma. Right? One of the important theorem. It is prove that the union of two ideals, prove that the union of two ideals of a ring R is again ideal if and only if one is contained in the other. One is contained in the other. Meaning is what? One set should be subset of other. Or this same total statement in the expanded form, you can proceed like this ma. If I1 and I2 are two ideals of a ring R, then prove that I1 union I2 is an ideal of R if and only if I1 is subset or equal to I2 or I2 is subset or equal to I1. Above statement and below statement one and the same. Logically there is no difference at all. Maximum times in the examination first statement they are giving one, right? Basically this type of statement you can have in subgroups and subgroups especially, and subrings also. In subrings also the same statement is available. Same subrings logic here you have to proceed. Subring lo manam ela prove chestamo almost ade logic lo ikkada work chestam. Instead of subring you have to write ideal, that's all. Word replacement only, but proof is same like subring, right? Union of two subrings is again subring if and only if one is contained in the other. Same proof here you have to write just word replacement. Replace subring with what? Ideal, right? I think statement is completely clear for you. With example I explained. If you can take I1 and I2 are two ideals of ring R, then their union is again ideal if either I1 is subset or equal to I2 or I2 is subset or equal to I1. In the similar way, if I1 union I2 is ideal of R, then 100% I1 is subset or equal to I2 or I2 is subset or equal to I1. And also, if I1 is subset or equal to I2 or I2 is subset or equal to I1, their union I1 union I2 is again ideal, if and only if condition is there, right? Both conditions which we have to show. First I want to go through if condition as case 1. If condition in case 1 ga work chestunanu, that is the major work. Only if condition is very simple work, right? First go for if condition, but for both conditions from here to here statement is common, that I am proceeding. Let and rastunnanu, reason is e statement ichina manaki available ga undadanu, given that anakunda let antunnanu. Let I1 and I2 are two ideals of a ring R, right? Now let us come on to case number 1. What is that case? If I1 union I2 is an ideal of R, we must show that I1 is subset or equal to I2 or I2 is subset or equal to I1. I am doing if part condition. If I1 union I2 is an ideal of ring R, then we have to show that I1 is subset or equal to I2 or I2 is subset or equal to I1. But to prove this result, I want to prefer indirect process. Indirect method I want to prefer. What is that indirect process? Let us take I1 union I2 is ideal of R and assume that I1 is not subset of I2 and I2 is not subset of I1. Let us assume that I1 is not subset or equal to I2 and against to this condition, R ke against condition enti, statements in 10th class level and relation or not. Let us assume that I1 is not subset or equal to I2 and I2 is not subset or equal to I1 whenever I1 union I2 is ideal of R. According to our assumption we can do work, somewhere we get contradiction. With that contradiction we say our assumption is wrong, so that this is absolutely true. That is a total procedure here for case 1. I mean here first take this given condition, given that I1 union I2 is an ideal of R. Now let us assume a statement which is against your required condition. If possible, assume that I1 is not subset or equal to I2 and I2 is not subset or equal to I1. Now first come on to this one. If suppose I1 is not subset or equal to I2, meaning of that is what? There exists one element in I1 which is not in I2. I1 లో ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ ఉంది, అది I2 లో లేకపోతే అప్పుడు ఏమంటామమ్మా, I1 ఈజ్ నాట్ సబ్సెట్ ఆఫ్ సబ్సెట్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు I2 మా. దట్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఐ వాంట్ టు టేక్ A మా. ఐ మీన్ A బిలాంగ్స్ టు I1 అండ్ A డస్ నాట్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు I2 మా. ఇన్ ద సిమిలర్ వే I2 ఈజ్ నాట్ సబ్సెట్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు I1 మీన్స్ వాట్ మా, there exists one different element in I2 which is not in I1 ma. That element I am taking as B ma. Means here take B belongs to I2 and B does not belongs to I1. That work I am doing in the next step ma. First go here ma. If I1 is not subset or equal to I2, then there exists A belongs to I1 such that A does not belongs to I2. Understood or not? I1 is not subset of I2 means in this one different element will get, that different element we taken as A ma. Now come on to this area ma. If suppose I2 is not subset or equal to I1, then there exists B belongs to I2 such that B does not belongs to I1. Any problem is there? I2 is not subset or equal to I1 means what ma? There exists one different element in I2 which is not in I1. That different element we taken as B ma. But here once concentrate ma. A belongs to I1 means, is it A belongs to I1 union I2 or not? If one element in the union set means what ma? If it can exist in at least one of the set, it is enough or not? Here A belongs to I1, so that we say A belongs to I1 union I2. In the similar way B belongs to I2. Now we say B belongs to I1 union I2. Any problem ma? I mean here A belongs to I1 union I2 and B is also belongs to I1 union I2. Any problem is there? But what is I1 union I2 here ma? Ideal. Whenever I1 union I2 is ideal ma, according to first property in the ideal ma, first point in the ideal ma, I1 union I2 comma plus is subgroup of R means under addition it should be subgroup. Under addition it is subgroup of R means under addition it must satisfy closure property, right? Under addition closure property is what? If A belongs to this, B belongs to this, then what do you say ma? A plus B is also in this set because I1 union I2 is what ma? Under addition satisfies closure property. That I am writing here ma. I mean this implies A plus B. Here I want to write better. This implies we can proceed A plus B belongs to I1 union I2. Clear reason I am writing. Since I1 union I2 comma plus is closed means whenever under addition it is subgroup of R, under addition it must satisfy closure property. That closure property we used here, right? But again once concentrate ma, whenever A plus B belongs to I1 union I2 ma, either A plus B in I1 or A plus B in I2 ma. That I am writing ma. Here A plus B belongs to I1 or A plus B belongs to I2. Then only A plus B belongs to I1 union I2. Any problem is there? Now if suppose our assumption is true ma, if our assumption is true ma, in between these two things one condition 100% should be true ma. Let us verify which is true ma. First go through verification of this ma. I mean is it A plus B belongs to I1 is possible or not? For that first I want to take this ma. Let A plus B belongs to I1, right? But already we know that A belongs to I1, right? Already we know what ma? A should be element of I1 or not? We know that A belongs to I1 and I1 is ideal of R ma. I1 is an ideal of R. Any problem ma? Here A plus B belongs to I1 and already we know A belongs to I1 and I1 is ideal of R ma. First point of ideal ma, if X belongs to I1, Y belongs to I1 and if I1 is ideal ma, is it X minus Y belongs to I1 or not? I mean here what we get ma? A plus B minus A belongs to I1. Let us take A plus B is X ma, A is Y ma, so that X minus Y belongs to I1 whenever X and Y are individually elements of I1 and I1 is ideal ma. That I proceed here ma, right? But these two things gets cancelled, minus A plus A. Then what we get here ma? B belongs to I1. Now this is the contradiction because B does not belongs to I1 originally. యాక్చువల్గా బి I1లో లేదు, బట్ ఇక్కడ ఏమని వచ్చిందమ్మా, బి బిలాంగ్స్ టు I1 అని వచ్చింది. నా వి సే దిస్ ఈజ్ కాంట్రడక్షన్, విచ్ ఈజ్ ఏ కాంట్రడక్షన్, రైట్. బట్ వై వీ గాట్ దిస్ కాంట్రడక్షన్ మా, డ్యూ టు దిస్ రాంగ్ సెలెక్షన్. A plus B belongs to I1 is wrong. We taken A plus B belongs to I1, that's why we got here contradiction, wrong condition ma. ఇలా wrong condition రావడానికి రీజన్ ఏంటమ్మా, A plus B belongs to I1 is not possible. That means here what do we say ma, this implies we say A plus B does not belongs to I1, right? Okay ma. Here actually either or condition, if our assumption is true ma, either this or this should be true ma. Now we verified this is not true ma. Let us go to this verification, is it true or not. Idi true avutunda leda verify chesdam in the same manner. For that in the next step I will take this ma, let A plus B belongs to I2, this condition I taken ma. But already we know that B belongs to I2 and I2 is an ideal of R. By the definition or first point of ideal, what do you say ma, A plus B minus B is belongs to I2. A plus B minus B belongs to I2. Understood or not ma? This take as X, this take as Y ma. X belongs to I2, Y belongs to I2 and I2 is ideal means what ma? X minus Y belongs to I2 according to first point of your ideal definition ma. That one only I had done here. These two gets cancelled. Then what we got here ma? A belongs to I2. Again this is the contradiction because A does not belongs to I2 here basically. Which is a contradiction? Which is a contradiction? Again why we got this contradiction ma? Due to this wrong selection. That means A plus B belongs to I2 is not possible. Means what ma? From this what do you say? A plus B does not belongs to I2, right? Basically A plus B does not belongs to I1 and A plus B does not belongs to I2 means A plus B does not belongs to I1 union I2. Okay na? But here we got A plus B belongs to I1 union I2. That is the wrong condition ma. Why we got this type of wrong condition ma? Due to this wrong assumption ma. ఇక్కడ మనం రాంగ్ ఎజంప్షన్ తీసుకున్నాం కాబట్టి ఒకసారి A plus B belongs to I1 union I2 అని వచ్చింది, ఒకసారి A plus B does not belongs to I1 union I2 అని కాంట్రడిక్షన్ కండిషన్ వచ్చిందమ్మా. అంటే ఇదంతా రాంగ్ అవడానికి రీజన్ ఏంటి, అవర్ ఎజంప్షన్ దిస్ ఈజ్ రాంగ్ మా. దోస్ వర్డ్స్ ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్ హియర్ మా, రైట్. అగైన్ ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్ విచ్ ఈజ్ ఏ కాంట్రడిక్షన్, which is a contradiction. Reason is what here ma, here we once we got A plus B belongs to same set, in the same condition we got A plus B is does not belongs to same set. ఒకే సిచ్యువేషన్లో ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ ఉంది లేదు అని రావద్దు, అయితే ఉండాలి అయితే ఉండొద్దు, ఏదో ఒకటే ఉండాలి. బట్ రెండు వచ్చినాయి కాబట్టి ఇట్ ఈస్ ద రాంగ్ కండిషన్. వై వీ గాట్ దిస్ రాంగ్ కండిషన్ మా, డ్యూ టు దిస్ రాంగ్ అజంప్షన్ మా. దేర్ ఫోర్ అవర్ అజంప్షన్ ఈజ్ రాంగ్. What is that assumption ma? I1 is not substar equal to I2 and I2 is not substar equal to I1 is wrong means what is the right condition ma? Hence right condition is what? Either I1 is subset or equal to I2 or I2 is subset or equal to I1 is correct condition ma. This completes your proof ma. Whenever I1 union I2 is an ideal of R, we proved I1 is subset or equal to I2 or I2 is subset or equal to I1 ma. This is about your important case number 1 ma, right? I mean if part we completed ma. Ika now let us come on to only if part. It is case number 2 ma, reverse order of this statement. Let us see what is that ma. It is simple work. Here complicated work is case 1 only, case 2 is simple work. Let us see what is that. Yes, come on to case 2 ma. What is that case 2? Reverse order I said. If I1 is subset or equal to I2 or I2 is subset or equal to I1, then we have to show that I1 union I2 is an ideal of R. Right? But again here two conditions available ma. In this condition you have to show this ma. In this condition also you have to show this, because both are either or conditions. First go for this stage ma. If suppose I1 is subset or equal to I2 ma, then what about I1 union I2 ma? Is it superset portion I2 or not? అర్థమైందా లేదమ్మా? ఇది దీనికి సబ్సెట్గా ఉందంటే ఈ రెండింటి యూనియన్ ఏమవుతుంది? సూపర్సెట్ పోర్షన్ I2 మా. But already in the statement common area the given I2 is what ma? Ideal of ring R. But already we know that I2 is an ideal of ring R ma. And it is equal to I1 union I2 means, is it I1 union I2 is ideal of R or not? Therefore, or this implies I1 union I2 is an ideal of R. This is your case, first one in this case too. In the similar manner go for this ma. If suppose I2 is subset or equal to I1, then what about their union ma? I1 union I2. It is superset portion I1 or not? Yes. I2 is subset or equal to I1 means their union should be what ma? Superset portion I1. But already we know I1 is what ma? An ideal of ring R. But I1 is an ideal of ring R. And it is equal to I1 union I2 means what ma? I1 union I2 is also ideal of R ma. Yes, is it completes your case 2 or not? Whenever I1 is subset or equal to I2, we proved this result ma. In the similar way, I2 is subset or equal to I1, there also we proved what ma? I1 union I2 is an ideal of ring R ma, right? This is about one of the important theorem ma. Theorem number 8 ma. Now let us see theorem number 9 ma. All are important, I said now. Every theorem in this ideal, total ideals chapter is very important chapter now. It is prove that statement is the sum of SUM, the sum of two ideals, the sum of two ideals of a ring R is again ideal of R. Or this same statement in the expanded form you can proceed like this ma. If I1 and I2 are two ideals of a ring R, then prove that this set ma I1 plus I2, that set formation is like this, the set of all elements of the form A plus B such that A belongs to I1 and B belongs to I2. This I1 plus I2 is an ideal of R. In the examination they may or may not mention I1 plus I2 is this set ma. You have to remember I1 plus I2 set means what ma? Take one element of I1 and one element of I2 ma, and add them, that is one of the element of I1 plus I2. That means I1 plus I2 set formation should be what ma? The set of all elements A plus B such that A belongs to I1 and B belongs to I2. Now we have to show this set is an ideal of ring R whenever individually I1 and I2 are two ideals of ring R ma. This is nothing but sum of two ideals condition. That's why first statement, second statement, no difference at all. The sum of two ideals of a ring R is again ideal, that we have to show, right? Now for that, first I want to take all given conditions in the statement now. In the statement they are giving that I1 and I2 are, or let an తీసుకున్న problem లేదు, instead of given that I1 and I2 are two ideals of a ring R and you know I1 plus I2 set ma. What is that? The set of all elements of the form A plus B such that A belongs to I1 comma B belongs to I2. Now we have to show this I1 plus I2 is ideal of R ma. For that, first of all you have to show I1 plus I2 is non-empty subset of R ma. After that we can go through basic definition of ideal ma. But to prove it is non-empty ma, I want to go to this given area ma. In the statement they are giving that I1 is ideal of ring R ma. Whenever I1 is ideal of ring R, is it 0 belongings to I1 or not? Absolutely possible. Because I1 ideal అయ్యిందంటే R కి R లో ఉన్న 0 ఎలిమెంట్ కంపల్సరీ I1 లో ఉంటుంది. In the similar way, I2 is an ideal of R ma, so that 0 belongs to I2. Any problem is there? 0 belongs to I1, 0 belongs to I2 ma. 0 plus 0 is belongings to I1 plus I2 or not? అర్థమైందా లేదమ్మా? 0 plus 0 belongs to I1 plus I2. But 0 plus 0 is what ma? 0 or not? From this we say 0 belongings to I1 plus I2. That means at least this 0 should be element of I1 plus I2 ma. From this we say that I1 plus I2 is what ma? Non-empty set ma. And it is always a subset of R ma due to this reason ma. Basically A belongs to I1 means is it A belongs to R or not? Because I1 is ideal means subset of R ma. Whatever elements exist in I1 all those should be in R ma. In the similar way, B belongs to I2 and I2 is ideal of R means B belongs to R ma. A belongs to R and B belongs to R. R is ring means under addition it satisfies closure property. According to that, this A plus B is again in R or not. That means basically this A plus B is element of R ma which is in I1 plus I2. Otherwise we say this A plus B is element of I1 plus I2 that belongs to R actually. Means whatever elements exist in I1 plus I2 ma, all those should be in R. Due to that I am writing directly it is subset or equal to R. In the examination directly you can write like this ma, but how you got I explained here ma. Up to here what we proceed ma? This set is non-empty subset of R ma. Now let us prove it is ideal of R ma. To prove this is ideal of R ma, in the ideal definition first condition is what ma? Something like for all x comma y belongings to I1 plus I2 implies we must show that x minus y belongs to I1 plus I2. This is first condition ma. And second condition left and right ideal condition ma. For all small r belongings to capital R and x belongings to x belongings to I1 plus I2 implies we must show that R into x belongings to I1 plus I2 and x into R belongings to I1 plus I2. If we can show these two conditions ma, that completes our total work. We say I1 plus I2 is an ideal of R ma. But in this also, especially in the first bit, this is given condition. Take this and prove this result ma. Yes, first I want to take this condition ma. Let x comma y belongings to I1 plus I2 such that I am going to take x as A1 plus A2 and y I am going to take as B1 plus B2, where A1 B1 belongings to I1 and A2 B2 belongings to I2. Are you understood this? This is ardhamainda ledamma? Actually, whenever x belongs to I1 plus I2 ma, x should be in this element formation or not. What is that element formation? Element of I1 plus element of I2 should be element of this, means whenever x belongs to I1 plus I2 ma, x should be in the formation of what ma? A1 plus A2, where A1 belongs to I1 and A2 belongs to I2. That only I proceed ma. A1 belongs to I1, A2 belongs to I2. In the similar way, y belongs to I1 plus I2 means what ma? Y should be in this formation, element of I1 plus element of I2. That only I proceed ma. B is element of I1 and B1 is element of I1 and B2 is element of I2. So that B1 plus B2 is element of I1 plus I2, that we taken as what ma? Y ma. Understood or not? ఇది ఎక్కడ లేదమ్మా, ఎక్స్ వై ఇందులో ఉన్నామంటే ఎక్స్ ఇలా ఉంటుంది, వై ఇలా ఉంటుంది. దట్ వీ ప్రొసీడ్ మా. ఇక నౌ లెట్ us define this. If this is in this set, that completes our first bit ma. For that, in the next step I want to find x minus y here. X means what here ma? A1 plus A2 minus of y means what ma? B1 plus B2 ma, right? But this is possible to write a1 minus b1 plus a2 minus b2 or not? a1 minus b1 plus a2 minus b2, right? But actually a1 and b1 are elements of I1 where I1 is ideal. So that a1 minus b1 belongs to I1 or not, according to this same property, right? In the similar way, a2 and b2 are elements of I2 and I2 is individually ideal ma. So that a2 minus b2 belongs to I2 or not. That means this belongs to I1 plus this belongs to I2 ma. So that this total thing should be element of I1 plus I2. Clear reason I am writing. Since what is the reason ma? a1 minus b1 belongs to I1 for all a1 comma b1 belongs to I1 because I1 is ideal, and a2 minus b2 belongs to I2 for all a2 comma b2 belongs to I2 because I2 is already ideal of R ma. So that this plus this is element of I1 plus I2 ma. Any problem? But this total thing is what ma? X minus y. I mean what we got here ma? X minus y belongs to I1 plus I2. Like this you can show for all x comma y belongs to I1 plus I2. This completes common area of your ideal definition. First one is completed. This one is over. I want to rub this now. Next what we have to show ma? For all small r belongs to capital R and x belongs to this, we must show Rx and XR belongs to this ma. For that I want to take this. Here again this is given condition. Take this and prove this result ma. Right? I want to take that condition ma. For all small r belongs to capital R and x belongs to I1 plus I2. Already I taken ma. X belongs to I1 plus I2 means x is what ma? A1 plus A2. Try to remember that ma. Implies once find R into x ma. R into x, which is R into x is what here ma? A1 plus A2. Any problem here? This we can write as RA1 plus RA2. Any problem? Once remember here ma, I1 is ideal of R ma, and R belongs to R and A1 belongs to I1 ma. So that R into A1 should be in I1 or not, according to left ideal condition in I1 ma. In the similar way, R belongs to R ma and A2 belongs to I2 ma, A2 belongs to I2 ma as well as I2 is ideal ma. According to left ideal condition in I2 ma, is it RA2 belongs to I2 or not? Understood or not? I mean this total thing, this total sum belongs to where ma? I1 plus I2 ma. Reason is this ma. Clear reason I am writing. Since RA1 belongs to I1 and RA2 belongs to I2 for all small r belongs to capital R, A1 belongs to I1 and A2 belongs to I2 because individually I1 and I2 are what ma? Ideals of R ma. అర్థమైందమ్మా ఇక్కడ లాజిక్ అమ్మా ఇది I1లో ఉంటుంది due to this reason. R belongs to R, A1 belongs to I1 and I1 is ideal ma. According to left ideal condition R into A1 should be in I1. In the similar way R belongs to R, A2 belongs to I2 and I2 is ideal of R. So that R into A2 belongs to I2 ma. This should be in I2. This is in I1, this is in I2 means that sum should be in where ma? I1 plus I2 or not. That only we proceed here ma. But this total thing equal to what ma? Rx or not. But idantha deniki equal amma? Rx ki equal kadamma. Ante ippudu ikkada manam em ani rayachamma? You can write this as what ma? R into x belongs to I1 plus I2. Like this you can show for all R belongs to R and x belongs to I1 plus I2. Any problem? Left ideal condition in I1 plus I2 we completed ma. In the similar way next go for right ideal condition in the continuation ma. Again here R belongs to R, x belongs to I1 plus I2. Now let us find x into R ma. What is x ma? X is what here ma? A1 plus A2 into R, right? This you can write as A1 into R plus A2 into R. Directly I am writing this belongs to I1 plus I2 due to this reason. What is the reason ma? Since A1 into R belongs to I1 and A2 into R belongs to I2 for all small r belongs to capital R, A1 belongs to I1 and A2 belongs to I2. Reason is individually I1 and I2 are ideals according to right ideal condition. According to right ideal condition ma, if R belongs to R, A1 belongs to R1 ma, A1 into R belongs to where ma, I1 or not. In the similar way, R belongs to R, A2 belongs to I2 and I2 is ideal ma. According to right ideal condition, A2 into R belongs to I2. This is in I1 and this is in I2 means that sum should be in where ma, I1 plus I2 ma. But this total thing equal to what ma, XR or not. I mean here what we got ma, X into R belongs to I1 plus I2 for all small r belongs to capital R and X belongs to I1 plus I2. Right? This is your right ideal condition. This is common area, left ideal, right ideal. From this what do you say? I1 plus I2 is an ideal of R or not? Therefore, I1 plus I2 is an ideal of R. That's all. Individually we taken I1 and I2 are two ideals of ring R. We proved their sum I1 plus I2 is again ideal. This completes our first condition. Therefore the sum of two ideals of a ring R is again ideal. Hence if first statement is the conclusion right. The sum of second statement is the, you can stop here. Sum of two ideals of a ring R is again ideal of R. This completes your theorem number 9, right? This is about your today's class.